Good afternoon, beautiful ladies. Good evening, beautiful ladies, wonderful gentlemen, boys and girls, however you are viewing this video. What's up? What's up? I'm strolling through the community, strolling through the neighborhood on the late night. It's like 8:37. I'm sorry, I'm a little late. I had to buy some product for tomorrow, and I ended up talking to the merchant and got caught off guard. But we walking through the neighborhood as we doing this live. We are talking about a serious topic, folks. Everyone is talking about it. Everyone is poking at it. But I come from a different angle. I don't go the same way as the ants. You know, you got your army of ants. I use the word army. At least I use the word army. You got your army of ants, and they are all walking in a goose step together. Or should I say ant step? They're all walking in the same direction, trying to use the same terminology. Not me. I don't follow that easily. We're talking about Karen. We're talking about Karen. How many folks are scared of a Karen? I'm going to prove to you that you're scared of Karen. That's why you have a problem with Karen. Because back in the days, we used to have a lot of Karens. They used to hate that old lady on the corner. We're going to get into it. Remember the lady with all the dogs? That single woman that was by herself in that home? Well, I don't know what happened to my... I was talking, I don't know how long I was talking for. And I don't know what wasn't heard, but I was going in on the way people be always screaming out and saying people are agents. Hold on, folks. Like I said, I'm just getting myself together. We're talking about the fact that so many folks are so said about this word Karen. But back in the days, we used to have the black Karens. And those black Karens, they used to, like I say, they used to sit on the corner, all the cats. They used to have cats and they had all the dogs. all in the house by themselves that they own. They've been in that house for 30 years that they own. They've been on that block for 30 years. And some Negroes come, some cats come on the block like I say, folks, I don't know what's going on with this internet. I don't know what's going on with the StreamYard. I have no clue, no idea. It's really driving me crazy because I want to get into this, but I'm like, why my face disappeared? I'm like, why I'm not on the screen? I'm like, are you even hearing me? So this is really becoming annoying and disappointing. But, you know, we're going to try and make this happen. We're going to get this out there. I'm so tired of this dog. I wish it would just die or something. It's so annoying. It just barks at nothing. But, you know, is that mean for me to say that? I'll cough and the dog start barking. But we talk about the need for Karens. What happened to like our school PTAs? The school PTA was really strong and powerful. You know what I'm saying? Back in the days. Well, not really. Never was really strong and powerful in our neighborhoods, but it was always a need. Back when I was growing up, you know, the PTA was very exclusive and very strong. It was strong. And then as I got older, it diluted out. I don't know what the PTA is like right now. I don't know the strength of the school system when it comes to the parents and involvement with the school. But ladies and gentlemen, we talk about the Karens. And those Karens that be in those PTA be fighting for the schools. That's why they get different lunches in their schools, because the Karens. That's why their fields look different, because of those Karens, those mothers. And right now, all y'all gonna do is build a Karen club. You folks are gonna help build a Karen club. God, this dog made me sick, yo. A lot of folks, they want to run on the wave of, well, look at her, she being a Karen. Look at her, she's all in, because the way that people, you know, they try to make it seem. Or what's a Karen? A Karen is a white woman who only targets black people and always in black people's fears. I don't think that's really it. I really don't. Like the girl, I really think a Karen is what I want to go to my laptop, but there was an episode. Maybe I can get to it. I'm trying to pull up this episode, and this episode was with Richard Pryor. I gotta get my laptop together. It was with Richard Pryor and Maya Angelou. And it was a scene where Richard Pryor was coming home from the bar. The bar was right across the street from where he lived. And as he's coming home from the bar, you know what I'm saying? He's coming home from the bar. And his, you know, he goes in the house. You know, he trying to get in the house, but she ain't trying to open his door for his drunk ass. And she finally let him in after he begging. She lets him in. They come into the house, and when she started talking to him, he falls asleep, and she just lectures to him while he's sleeping. She lectures to him, and then she tells him why she deals with it, and it's because she loves him. But she lets him know how she feels, even though he went to sleep on her. She let him know how she feels. You go to the movie Do the Right Thing. You look at Ruby D, and you see the type of woman Ruby D. She was in that window, and everybody, hey Miss, I'm gonna just call her Miss D. I don't know the name, but you know, hey Miss D. Everybody know Miss D in that window. You know that you're gonna know what's going on in your neighborhood. If you want to know if Billy was acting up, if you want to know if Ray was acting up, you know Miss D. You're gonna let everybody know, and she's not afraid. But what happened was a lot of you soft, weak children was born, and you was doing so much dirt and so much crime in your neighborhood. You was always bad. You was always out there running around smoking in the neighborhood. You was out there drinking, and you didn't like the fact that Miss D's telling on you. So it was about, oh, I hate Miss D. Right? Yeah, it's about, oh, I hate Miss D. Miss D makes me sick. Miss D was needed. Quiet Cup, she was what kept the community in the neighborhood going. But what happened is when the young people started really rebelling against Miss D, and this young parent generation started checking Miss D and telling Miss D, don't tell me how to be a parent, because this girl is all young and she's a young mother and she don't have a man, and Miss D don't side with her, and Miss D tells her, hey, you know you need a man, you got all these kids all out of control. And so she's mad at Miss D because Miss D's telling her the facts. So then when you have those type of mothers and their kids are saying we don't like Miss D because Miss D always talking, what happens? Your community goes downhill because you go against the same mouthpiece that was keeping the neighborhood at a certain level of peace. Now, we all know we don't like those type of women, but yet still those women is needed for your neighborhood and your community. That's when you say the ancestors. What ancestors do you guys be talking about when y'all say ancestors? The whole ancestors? The pimp ancestors? The drug dealing ancestors? The slavers? What ancestors are y'all talking about when y'all say peace to the ancestors? Ashe to the ancestors. What ancestors y'all talk about? This ancestors that was out there selling their booty? What ancestors y'all talk about? Or y'all talk about the ancestors that was holding the community down doing the right thing? Or you talk about the ancestors that was holding the community down, making some money in this capitalistic world and not caring nothing about the future generation? Which ancestors you talk about? Because many folks seem as if they give all praise to the ancestors of evil. The ancestors of evil, folks, is what don't want a Karen, a black Karen, a Kadijah to be in your community. How many folks truly believe that your neighborhood is good without meddling neighbors? Neighbors who care about their neighborhood. Like when you watch, let's say, the movie Edward Scissorhands, you know what I'm saying? When Edward Scissorhands came into the neighborhood and they seen that woman bring Edward into the neighborhood, they all came to see what the hell's going on. Like, yo, we need to know what's going on. What you bring into our hood? What you bring to our neighborhood? We need to find out. What are you bringing to our community? The reason why you can bring any and that you can, okay, the reason why you can dump any and everything into the black community is because they don't have no checks and checks and balances in their neighborhood. They live by a certain code. I want to know what code that is. It's not a checks and balance code. It's a chaos code, a code of chaos. No snitching. Mind your business. What code do we live by in our communities? Because whatever code that we've been living by in our communities is not the code that's really doing us good justice, because we have the highest crime rate in our communities living by this code. What code is this? See no evil, hear no evil, say, speak no evil, speak about no evil. It's not necessarily speak no evil, it's about speak about no evil. Mind your business. I'm gonna mind my business. while all that chaos is taking place right there in my face. But then when the white Karen moved into the neighborhood that she just bought her home, she moved into the neighborhood. It's been gentrified. She moved into the neighborhood. This is what she can afford. It's a house. She says, I think I could deal with this. You know, I think I could deal with it. It seems like it's okay. I paid for my home. I bought my home. And I want to build up my neighborhood. I want to build up my area. But it's not going to be easy with all this chaos in the neighborhood. But y'all mad, though, because y'all was all the chaos that y'all was allowing in the neighborhood. Police being called every day because of nonsense. And you know who's always doing the nonsense, but when the cops come, nobody got nothing to say. Everybody just close the door, looking out the windows. You look and you could tell the neighbors who are just the ones who be peeping out the window. Their blinds are always broke. There's always a piece of the blind that's broke, snapped off, because they're always moving that piece right there. Always moving it. The next thing you know, it just breaks. They always looking through the little corner of the little cracks of the blinds. And then they gotta get another spot and they break that spot. That's how you know who's the people that go with the code. See no evil, speak no evil, say no, all that crap. See no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. Those be the people who have the blinds, and it'd be a little break on the blinds. I'm gonna post a picture of that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna post a picture. If somebody can get a picture of that, post that picture. But I'm gonna post a picture of the blinds, that I'm talking about. Shit all just broken up because they always pulling the back, looking out. Or different angles too. You got it right here, you got right there. Then you can tell that when the little kids looking out the window because they're all the way down at the bottom. They ain't no adult all the way at the bottom. So that's the little kids peeping out the window, doing exactly what the adults do. I want to see what's going on out there. But this is what we talk about. This is the reason why our neighborhoods are the way our neighborhoods are. We have the dirtiest streets. Why? Why do we have the dirtiest neighborhoods? Y'all look. Y'all know I ain't fucking lying. You know I ain't lying. We have the most dirtiest neighborhoods on the planet because the majority of the people are renters. And when you have renters, they don't respect their neighborhood. People been in the neighborhood 30 years, 20 years, 40 years. And a bunch of loud ass, goofy ass heathens. They come into the neighborhood with their Hennessy drinking, E&J sipping, old English, weed smoking all day long. I don't know where you get the money, scheming and scamming online, swiping cards, all sorts of shit. And you come on the block and you think you running shit because you hood, because you gangster, because you gang. And you 22 and you think you running the neighborhood? And you dropped out of school? And this is your son and you defending your son in this neighborhood? And all he do is sit on the block and smoke weed and then go in the house, play video games all day and play with this girl and that girl? And you in defense of him? Because he's talking to people with no respect who've been on the block for 30 years? Y'all got it twisted. You think it's about your children, your kid? That's why I'm so tired of people saying it's about the babies. No, it's not about the babies. Let me tell you what it's about. You take away every single human being off the planet, and guess what it's about? It's about the planet. So when the people respect and love the planet, respect and love the earth, respect and love the water, respect and love the ocean, respect and love the air, respect and love the trees, respect and love their communities. See, that's what it's about. It ain't about your kids. Because if your kids don't respect anything that I just laid out, then it's about no, we don't have to have no respect for your kids. If your kids do not respect the air, the water, the ground, the community, the trees, the environment, then they need to be checked. Because if you ain't checking them on the inside, then they're going to have to get checked by nature itself. And what's nature? Everything that's outside your home. Everything that's outside your home is called nature. Once you leave out your home, you were in nature. And if your children have to be checked by nature, that's because you failed as a parent. And if a Karen has to if a Karen has to call the police on your kids because your kids is out of control and you don't see them, but you want to defend your kids and you want to get your phone, you want to go on live and call the chick a Karen, but you never even home to see your kids. Now we got it all twisted. I'm trying to get my laptop on. I'm trying to really get this damn laptop on. All right. Get this laptop on, then I can see what I'm dealing with. So I'm talking about the dirtiest neighbor. First of all, like I said, we got the dirtiest communities out there. Hold on, folks. And then get mad at it when we call it out. I'm always say it. I'm gonna always say it. If you're a litter person, if you're a person that frequently litter, you have no cares or concern about your community, do not talk about a Karen. If you're a person who litters on a regular basis, if you're a person that can easily roll down your window and throw shit out your door, out your car, if you're a person who can be sitting up, parked up, and then you take your bag of fucking Popeyes and you just throw it outside, you can never ever talk about a fucking Karen. See, we're going to get it together. See, there's a new sheriff in town. I don't need 100,000. I don't need 1 million subscribers. I don't. Just need the words to be on the waves. Once the words on the waves, they're going to resonate. But we don't need nobody talking about someone else and they sit in their car and all they do is come in someone else's neighborhood and throw fucking McDonald's bags all over the fucking place. Driving down the neighborhood and just throwing shit out their window. That's one of the dirtiest, nastiest shits to ever do. But y'all do it. But then you want to get mad at a fucking Karen. Want to get mad at a Karen because she bought her house and you renting in your neighborhood and you don't have no respect for your neighborhood. And because you don't have no respect for your neighborhood, then you go to other people's neighborhoods and you don't have respect for it. But then you get mad at them because they respect their community. We need black Kadijahs. We need black Kadijahs who own real estate, own their land. And be like, no, this nigga shit is out of here. All white people who do drugs, they know they can come all the way down to a certain area where the black people live and fit right in and get junkied up and be all high up and lay all out the place, all looking crazy. And they would just fit right in and nobody would ever bother these white people, all in the predominantly black man's neighborhood, junking, making it all junkified. But they get on Karen, okay? But they won't get on that white junkie in their neighborhood, making their neighborhood look filthy and dusty and dirty and dusty and disgusting and dusty. But you won't get on that junkie that comes all the way in your neighborhood, but you would get on that Karen for defending her neighborhood. See, like I said, we got it all twisted. Anything that's horrible and bad is all good in the hood. If you want to kill somebody, come in the hood. If you want to sell drugs, come to the hood. If you want to form a gang, come to the hood. If you want to rob and you want to loot, if you want to loot, come to the hood. Because they don't have no Karens. They have a no snitch rule. So you can come to the hood. You can go to the hood. Because they live by the code of no snitching. See no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. They live by that code. So you can go to the hood and do whatever you desire. That's where we at, folks. And that's because our Ruby D's is not hanging out in the windows no more. Telling Johnny, you need to go across the street. Get out that window. Get out that street. Get out the street, boy. Nah, the little kids is running the street, riding their bikes, doing whatever the hell they want all over the place, reckless, because mommy's all high up in the house with her little boyfriend. Mommy's 22 getting high. 3 kids outside in the street being watched by the older kid who's what, 5, maybe 6. Mommy had him at 16, and she don't want to listen to Miss Kadijah across the street. Miss Kadijah makes her sick. That's why she's in the house drinking Hennessy and smoking up mad blunts, because she told about Miss Kadijah, how Miss Kadijah thinks that she is her mother. Always got something to say. This is a different type of conversation, folks. If you would like to interact with it, I've got that right there. You know, I would like to hear your viewpoints. But I believe we need more old school tough love in the neighborhood. If you're going to allow these people to do what they want to do in your neighborhood, okay, if you're going to allow them to do what they're going to do in their neighborhood, go and let them know that they should treat their office with respect. If they're going to sell drugs here and this is going to be their business in their office, their storefront, they shouldn't be littering in front of their storefront. They shouldn't be disrespecting their business. Handle it like a business. If you're going to allow this type of business to take place, make sure that the business, the same way you would come to me. See, you would come to me and you would correct me about, oh, why you don't have a glove on, or why you doing this, or why you doing that. But you won't go to that same nigga right there across from me, who's constantly just spitting in front of your shit. You got nothing but loogies all in front of your fucking place. You got cigarette buzz all over your place. You got weed guts all over your fucking place. You got fucking bottles all over the place. But you coming to me and talking to me about some fucking gloves. Y'all choose your fights differently. Like I won't fuck you up. Y'all choose your battles so weakly. If you're going to allow these people to be hustling in your community, make sure that they're not making your community look like a dump, a swamp. It should not look like a dump. If you're going to allow them to be in your neighborhood, if you're going to allow them to be doing the destruction, at least check them. Oh, it's not your place. Oh, whose place is it then? Karen's. See, there's a place in the world. See, anybody who say it's not my place, shut the fuck up about a Karen, because Karen decided it is her place. Every woman who's want to be a Karen, she should be able to get a. Yo, look, honestly, I'm about to start a major movement. I'm about to recruit Karens. My tough love campaign, ultimate troll and warrior campaign. I'm about to start recruiting a whole bunch of white Karens, and every white Karen is going to have a 6'5" fucking bodyguard by her side. Every Karen is going to have a 6'5", a 6'4", 6'7". I don't give a fuck. Who's licensed to carry, and she gonna go in her neighborhood and come to your neighborhood and clean it the fuck up. Cause it only takes a one Karen. You know what I'm saying? For one Karen is equivalent to like 5 police. We need about like 5,000 Karens. 500 Karens can end the crime in Philly. 500 Karens with a bodyguard, So that's 1,000 people can end the crime in Philadelphia. 500 Karens in any city can end the crime rate. Y'all sit back. I remember I was talking to this bus driver, and I was complaining about, yo, why this bus is taking forever. He said that's because you guys don't go to the bus meetings. He said, you know, you don't go to the bus meetings, so you don't know what's going on. And then they be cutting routes, they be cutting the time, they be cutting the buses down because they don't think that it's not needed in the neighborhood. Because when they have these bus meetings, they expect the people in the neighborhood to come into the meetings and tell them what's going on. He said the only reason why this bus was kept on the line because 2 old white women came to the meeting, and they was the ones who kept that bus en route. 2 old white women came to the meeting for the MTA and was able to keep a bus that they was about to eradicate. They was about to end the line. And 2 old white women came in and they made their plea and kept the line going. And I was on that bus. And I said, thank you, 2 old white women. Shut the fuck up about a fucking Karen. And I mean that. There ain't no capping for them. No, homeboy. We need black Karens. We need black Kadijahs. 2 old white women. This is what the bus driver said. He kept saying this. He said, yo, he said, do you hear me? 2 old white women. The way he said it, like, they kept this line going. He said, this the reason why this line that you're on right now is because of 2 old white Karens. They demanded that this line be not taken away. It's sad. It's sad how easily you guys are so weak that y'all can twist shit just for likes and views. Because honestly, it's really for likes and views. It's really for likes and views. It's for likes, views, and a little bit of content. Then it's all on to the next one. But you don't really see that, like that Susie Q came out there and said, but Karen is needed. Karen do the thing that most people are afraid to do. She didn't say afraid, but I'm gonna use the word afraid. Afraid to do. I'm sitting in this room when I first moved out here, and I'm sitting in behind me is an alley, and then and then you got the houses, and I'm like, dude, all this shit is too close. My first day in the damn room, I heard hearing gunshots right in, it seemed like it was in my backyard. And then the next week, I'm hearing nothing but people fighting and fighting and fighting. And I mean, it's like 2 in the morning. And it's like, yo, y'all sound like y'all killing each other. And they really sound like they killing each other. You hearing everything. And then it's in the street. And then you're hearing everybody come out the house. Well, maybe it was around like 12, all the way to 2. Then you hear everybody come out the house, and you just hear them fighting down the block, up and down the block. And you know they fight. You hear it. Okay, I can't deal with this shit no more. You guys are playing games with it. Popo, come here because I want to go to sleep. I don't give a fuck about none of y'all around that corner. Y'all don't care about yourselves. I let these people deal with it so I can go to sleep. I'm going to say it again. I don't care nothing about those people who have no cares about themselves. If you don't have no respect for your neighbors, then you go to hell. And most likely you're living in Section 8 or you're renting. Most likely you live in Section 8 because you don't have no respect, because you would have more respect for your home if you was owned the shit. But people don't get it. I ain't no little boy. I'm not no 10-year-old. I'm not no teenager. I'm not no young kid. I'm a man, a grown-ass fucking man who says, nah, this shit is corny. And we live by a corny code. And that corny code that we live by is the reason why our communities is trash. It's the reason why your politicians is pushing for gentrification, because they know that only way to get this community together is to get some Karens in the neighborhood who cares about their neighborhood, who's going to come down to the meetings and let us know what the fuck is going on. Yeah, they could go down to those meetings. I sit in a lot of these meetings. Well, I used to sit in a lot of the meetings. their town hall meetings, because I want to know what's going on in the town. I just sit there to hear what they talking about. And they talking about you. One time I was speaking on the train, and this lady, she invited me to come to a town hall meeting that was being held at her church because she liked the conversation I was having on the train. I was, what I do on these lines is what I do on the train, folks. I do it in the public. And so she invited me to the church, and they was having some dinner, well, some lunch and stuff like that. The food was delicious. When I got there, I was the first one to eat. She just told me come into the kitchen. I went into the kitchen, so she fed me a plate, and I ate. And then she told me go, listen, go in the town hall and listen. So I'm belly all full. Everybody sitting in the town hall waiting to eat food, and I ate food once I got there. The food was good too. Church food would be good. And then I'm listening to the man talk, and the man that was talking was the police chief, and he's up in the church, and he's talking to the congregation at the town hall, but the congregation. And he's talking about how much money the NYPD had to fight crime. He was talking about the NYPD budget. Their budget's huge, billions of dollars for their budget. I couldn't believe when I heard him say that. I thought I was lying. NYPD is like a military. And he was talking about, yo, we need your help in your neighborhood. And he basically saying, I know y'all live by this certain code. This is 1998. I know y'all live by this no snitching code, but how about this? If you feel like, how about noise reduction? Can we work on that? He was basically like trying to find a medium with the people. Like, yo, can we work on noise reduction? I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of you folks want to go sleep, and you got people playing music late, early, all the way to the AM. Call us. You know what I'm saying? It's like he was trying to find a way to get them involved to help aid the police. I'm sitting there just listening, just writing down all these notes, and just writing down all these notes. Like, I can't believe she got me up in here. Thank you, lady. But you take that same police chief and you go to the white neighborhood, it would have hundreds of folks up in there. And they would have their complaints, they would have their requests. But we sitting at the police looking at they were sitting looking at the police like with the fuck the police attitude, but yet and still it was seniors and it was older folks, so they also had the attitude like we need your help. But it's hard for us to tell because these are grandchildren. These are grandbabies. And we know it's our grandbabies. See, the Black community needs a major crisis center. We need crisis centers in every major city. I'm talking about like a crisis center. Like we talk about like 6, 7, 8-story building. A crisis center. Because we're dealing with a hell of a crisis in our neighborhoods. Everyone's dealing with a hell of a crisis, but we're dealing with crisis because we are so confused. Bad is good. Good is the worst thing ever. Bad is good in our neighborhoods. We are so conformed to like, yo, everything's twisted. Where you would think that you picking a fight with a white girl in 2023 who figured the game out, figured the hustle out, and you think that that's your battle and your fight? Y'all think you're going to get a victory? You think that you really what victory do you really get that you get by poking at Susie Q at this point? Because all y'all doing is building a movement for Karen. Karen Hood is about to come out the closet, and they about to stump the yard. And to be honest, the Karen Hood, you got Parenthood, Planned Parenthood. The Karen Hood is about to show a lot of you folks how to do this shit. And y'all pumped it up. because there's no one that's leading. No one wants to lead in cleaning up the community. No one wants to lead in having an impact on the community. No one. Not in the black community. Nah, y'all don't, because y'all have your children and your uncles and your brothers and your aunties and your sisters all in the strip club and out there in the streets. And then you also out there trying to get a little piece of scam as well. So many people in the black communities doing too much dirt and too much crime that these Karens now, and the more and more you guys keep boosting it up and boosting up and boosting up, and now that Susie Q is running with it. Susie Q is not no bimbo. She's actually gonna take y'all energy and internalize it like an X-Men. And if she get a movement of Karens going, they're gonna show y'all how to do the damn thing. So we need some black Kadijahs. We need some Kadijahs. I'm trying to tell you folks. Because Karen is on the rise. The more and more that y'all talk about Karen, that's nothing but advertising and boosting. And what's going to happen is the same as all that twerking shit went on. All those women are going to become Karens. You're going to have Indian Karens. You're going to have Spanish Karens. You're going to have Turkish Karens. And Black Kadijah's going to be sitting there on the outside looking real stupid, complaining. And then what's going to happen? Kadijah going to jump in on there, be like part of the whole Me Too shit. And then your black man is going to be left behind. And you going to be in trouble. And that's because we didn't take control of our neighborhoods. I'm trying to paint the picture. I'm trying to get you. I'm not trying. I am painting the picture, and I'm getting you guys to see the bigger picture. The more and more you build a Karen, right now I'm looking at one that you would call a Karen, and this Karen is on the ass of these people with these derailing of the trains. Okay, this Karen is on the ass of these people who've been derailing these trains. She's connecting these dots. She's following the rabbit hole. She's playing the game. She's not giving in. She's relentless, this Karen. And she's on the billion-dollar companies' asses. And they responded to her because she's on it. Like I said, 2 little white women was able to keep the bus line going. This woman is making such a mark. This Karen is making such a mark that these billion-dollar, not no 2 billion, 5 billion, I'm talking about $100 billion companies, investing firms, is reaching out to her ass because they're like, yo, shorty, you need to fall the fuck back. But no, this Karen is relentless. Where's the black Karens that's out there that's fighting for something outside of hating on black men? I'm talking about fighting for something in a non-hateful manner. Fighting for safer streets. Fighting for a certain level of economic wealth to come to the community. Fighting for cleaner streets. Let me see what my topic is about. Fighting for cleaner streets. Understand? Fighting for cleaner streets. Where are those black Kadijahs? I want to go to the next topic. Hold on. Let me go down. Okay, where we at? YouTube. No, we do stream. Yeah, we on YouTube. Fuck it. Now we go to stream on. Yeah, go stream on. Well, someone come in, pick this mic up for me while I look for this. I need a guest to come and talk to me because I know you guys nobody really sides with what I say because you don't really pay attention to me because you want to stay spellbound to what the people cast a spell of hate. You want to hate that white Karen. I'm saying, well, make a black Karen to combat that white Karen, not to fight her, but the fight that she will fight. That's a real fight. Where's our black Karens that's out there that's fighting for these potholes? Pick a battle and become a Karen. Become a Kadijah. Pick a battle. But don't be mad because people picking battles and they like, yo, they gonna fight. Especially if they believe in white supremacy. Let's go and pick that word up. Okay? Especially if they believe in white supremacy. Don't be mad at them. That's why I say you need to have black supremacy in your ass. Don't be mad at those people who believe that they are the superior race to a point where they're going to make sure that you do what you need to do in your neighborhood because they're the superior race. Don't be mad. This is why you have these the signs up in your neighborhood where they come in and sweep your streets. They so superior that they're gonna fine you for living on your own block. So we have the dirtiest neighborhoods. We have the highest crime rates because we don't have no Kadijahs. We go by this no snitching law so that your little 12-year-old, your 6-year-old can stay on the streets. Now he's 24 and he's just been such a badass. Now no one can tell him anything. You have no control of him now, and now you're looking for some type of help. That's the funny thing. When now you protected him all that time, you made him become the worst thing ever, and now you're looking for help because you can't control him. And now he's grown. He done went to jail. He done did some time, and now you ain't nobody to him. But yet and still, you held him down. You protected him all that time. You did everything. You babied him, and now you nobody to him because you just helped create a demon. And now you're looking for some help. Most murders take place because of that type of child. You created a murderer and you know he's a murderer. You know he's a killer. You know where his guns are. And you go to church. You go to church. You that woman in the church. And everybody think that you good old Christian. No, you got a badass nigga up in your fucking house. You never been to church, but you in church because you know that you a sinner. Because you know that you protecting the devil. That's why most women be in church. Because they know they protecting a fucking demon. That's why you want to get a woman, you go to church, pick up. She's up in there, fronting. Because she feels some kind of way because she knows her son is bad. And she just go up in the church trying to get some type of help and sympathy. Are we going to pray for you? We're going to pray for you. We're going to pray for you. To help you be strong because you lost control of that nigga. 10 years ago, you lost control. He used to be in church. We thought he was a good boy. No, mommy allows him to be a product of the community. And that's what the reason why we have so much crime in our community, because there's no Kadijahs. There's no Karens. You really ask yourself, why in these white neighborhoods it be so different? Because they are afraid of those Karens. And all you need is that one Karen whose husband is a chief police who don't play, who's not afraid. See, you black folks gotta understand, all that bully shit don't work no more. That's why y'all be online trying to bully people. And it's funny because y'all online and you're trying to bully her, and I'm telling you, Susie Q is going to actually embarrass y'all. She's gonna come out so victorious over this whole situation, and y'all gonna realize that how much time y'all wasted, how embarrassed y'all gonna look, because at the very end, she's going to be right. Why? I'm proving it. I'm going down. I'm proving it right here. The worst visible alcohol and drug infestation in whose neighborhood? The worst visible. Like when you drive down in these white neighborhoods, you drive by their liquor stores in the white neighborhoods. Do you see people hanging out in front of their liquor stores in the white neighborhoods? The worst visible alcohol and drug infestation in our neighborhoods. Why? Why? It's 2023. Because we have no black Karens. And all we do is follow a no snitching law. And what do they do? It's not even like they gotta go up in the face. It's not even like they need to go up in the face of the public. They go down and they go and make a complaint. You understand? They go and make a complaint. Real simple. Case done. They go make their complaint, and when they make their complaint, after they make their complaint, what happens? Police come down, post up. But what needs to happen is they need to put the sign up, NYPD, no loitering in front of these package stores. Anyone caught loitering will be fined. See, this what you need to do. We need fines for this hanging out now. It should be a certain amount of time that you can hang out in front of these businesses. This ain't residential. This is business area over here. If you're not, and so this is why they try and hang out and just keep patronizing. No, if you're not patronizing, you got to leave. We're trying to keep it clean over here, and right now you're dirtying it just by being out here. You're making it look filthy because your presentation looks filthy. That's the real talk. Like, and then when you look at 90% of the people that be hanging out in front of these damn places, pants sagging, hanging off the ass, smoking cigarettes inside the place, smoking weed inside the establishment. The little Asian person is just like, fuck it, you know what I'm saying? It's better just to get along with them the same way China doing what's happening right now. Okay, China's the master at this shit. We might as well just get along, allow it to be, and just keep making the money off it, because to make them become an enemy, we don't want that. So they allow y'all to be who y'all want to be, because all you keep doing is giving them their money. But no, that should end, because that'd be the target zones where people come and get shot up because they know where they at. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. There's no hanging out in the damn store. Hate going to these stores. All I want to do is get a wrap, and I gotta go through 10 people to get to the counter. Niggas sitting there choking shorty, grabbing her up. Everybody dancing, smoking, like it's a party up in the bitch. And that's because we don't have no Kadijahs and Karens going down and making complaints. That is actually one natural element of woman. She is the one that need to be protected. So it's okay for you to go and complain. It's all right. It's a difference between I can do it, but police, you know, I just can't take it. You know, they always drinking and smoking. They're gonna be listening to me like I'm part of it. Like, oh well, aren't you used to it? But when you have your Karen and Kadijah saying, I don't like bringing my children, walking my kids down this block. I don't, you know what I'm saying? This block is vulnerable to and prone to be where the gunshots are taking place, where the crime is taking place, what reason why things are stemming off. It stems from here. Is heard differently. Karens need to step up. Black Kadijahs need to step up. Don't be afraid. This ain't the 80s no more. It's time to step up. And like I said, if you're a parent who has problems with your child, maybe you do need to become a Karen. If you know your child is a problem, you do need to become a Karen. If you have no control, because it's serious. But don't be mad at those Karens because they out there. Oh, well, I ain't mad because you're Karen. I'm mad because what she said, black people and colored people time, and it was black people late. I'm trying to understand what is y'all real beef? Because the chick got a lot of views, the chick is making money. That's what I really sense. I mean, I'm gonna be 100. I sense the fact that most of the people, most of these content people, is really upset the fact that this chick is eating. That's what it really boils down to. We're gonna have part 2 and part 3 on it, but we're gonna dig into it. We're gonna dig into it because no one, y'all can sit there and debate, but come and talk to me on my live. Come and talk to me right now on this whole Karen situation. Let's have an intellectual conversation about the Karen situation. I don't want to be screaming and shouting. None of that dumb, goofy, cornball, kitty bullshit y'all do out there, y'all planets. Let's have a real intellectual conversation so we can get down to the nitty gritty. It's not even about agreeing, but we're going to come up with the real solution at the very end. Is Karen needed or not? Because we're going to have some bottom lines. We're going to have at the beginning of the next day, not at the end of the day, but at the beginning of the next day, do we need some Karens? At the beginning of the next day, is Karen needed? At the beginning of the next day, if there was more Karens in your neighborhood, do you think that there would have been less shootings and should I say less victims out there due to violence? We have the highest rate of single parents in our neighborhoods because those older women was not listened to when they was trying to tell you young girls, yo, don't be like me, or don't be like my sister, don't be like my auntie, don't be like my girlfriend. Respect yourself, respect your body. Don't always be having all those boys around your kids. Don't always be around all those men. You don't even need these men. You need to get yourself together, or you need to find yourself a husband. But you wasn't listening to nothing that she had to say. You were saying that she need to mind her business. She not my mother. Yeah, that's because you were saying the same thing to your mother. You need to mind your business. Let me live my life. And so because of that, we have the highest rate of single parents because you wasn't listening to those Karens back in the days. What's one of the worst things that was said? I know my black, I know my African people are gonna get mad at me, but isn't that the same thing as what they try to do with slavery? What's that, Karen? You have a situation which is hard. You have a horrible situation, and you're trying to run it to the grave. What you mean by that, Karen? Well, you have a horrible situation that we even had a war for, and 200 years later, and instead of from your horrible situation, and you've been free from it from like almost damn what 200 years, you've been free from it. Wait, 1883, 1863, 1963, 2000. So 40 years from now, 40 years from now, I'll be living the 200th anniversary of the Civil War. 200-year anniversary of the Civil War. Is that correct? 1963, 2063. 200th year of the Civil War. We will be okay. 200-year anniversary of the Civil War. What is our preparation for that day? We should be preparing for that right now. The 200th anniversary of the Civil War. Why are we not preparing for the 200th anniversary of? We holding on to slavery. We using it as our cushion. We using this as our shield. We using this everything. What are we doing? Like Juneteenth. What are we doing for the the anniversary, the 200th year anniversary. Why are we not preparing for that? Okay, like we got 40 years to prepare for the 200th year anniversary of slavery. You talk about reparations. If we was to focus, see, I'm trying to help you folks. If we was to focus on the future, meaning the 40 years from down the road, because it's going to happen. If we was to start focusing right now on the 200th anniversary of slavery and start putting money together for that big whatever it is that we're going to do, whatever it is. Do you know that we in 10 years we already raised the money, enough money for reparations? We whatever we would already be able to buy America if we was preparing for the 200th anniversary of the Civil War, 200th anniversary of emancipation. Wasn't that about us? Wasn't it supposedly about us? No matter what. Oh, it wasn't. Yes, it was always about us. It was no matter what way you try and angle and frame it. It was about us. So why are we not preparing for the 200th anniversary of that? You got to think about it. When did John F. Kennedy get killed? Right? When did John F. Kennedy? When was he assassinated? What year? What year was John F. Kennedy assassinated? Let me Google real fast. I got you. Don't worry, I got you, folks. I'm pretty sure I know. Right. Yeah, I know I didn't have to disappear. I know the year. I just wanted to make sure 100%. So 1863, your man Abraham Lincoln signs this Emancipation Proclamation. 100 years later, John F. Kennedy is assassinated. 100 years later, so 100-year anniversary was assassination. See, your enemy is always in preparation for you in your history. See, like I said, your Karens, we need these black Karens to wake up. We need our black folks because y'all really into this y'all's really into white supremacy. Because as long as we do not have black Karens in control of your community, you have your police to come in, which is white supremacy. And like I said, we're going to get into part 2 and part 3 of how the lack of black Karens in the neighborhood is supporting white supremacy. And y'all don't get it. The lack of you in control and preparing for your future is you supporting white supremacy. So 100 years later, after this guy, well, should I say that was 1963. So where we at? We 50 years later, right? 50 years later? Like, no, 60 years later. 60 years later, okay? Like I said, 40 years before the next 100-year anniversary of the Civil War. What's going to happen then? I'm in my 40s, so I will be in my 80s. I plan to be around. I plan to be around. Black Karens is needed. So we just went down the line. I just went down the line. I said, because we have no black Karens and all we do is follow a no snitching law. One, we have the dirtiest neighborhoods. Two, we have the highest crime rates. Three, we have the most murders. Four, we have the worst visible alcohol and drug infestation in our neighborhoods. Five, we have the highest rate of single parents. We need that poetic justice Maya Angelou. You're going to sit down at this table, you're going to hear us. We need that do the right thing Ruby D. Take your hat off when you're talking to me. You know what I'm saying? Remove that hat, young man, while you talking to me. Have respect. Not this ghetto ratchet gangster ghetto woman out here. We don't need that. We need the woman that's really going to take control and save these communities. You say, where the men at? We're providing for the communities. The way the community gets saved is the same way that a woman be like, help, help, I need help, help. And everybody rush to her. That's what we need right now. Just imagine a man in the corner, help, help, I need help, 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 help. Motherfucker gonna be looking at him like he crazy. You put a woman on that same corner, like, help, help, I need help, help, help. Everybody gonna rush to her. Someone try that. I mean, so that you understand what I'm saying is real. Someone do that experiment. A guy stay on the corner and he screamed, help, help, I need help, help. Even stage it. Maybe even stage it. Maybe stage it. Have two dudes look like they robbing him. See how many people come in and help him. And then you put the same two dudes or you have your next two dudes, you know what I'm saying, the two different actors, and you put a woman on that corner and you have her, help, help, I need help, help, help. And see how many people go help her. Or at least start, yo, what you all right? You all right? At least, you know, see what's good. We need our women to start playing their roles. Like I say, folks, you're talking to no peasant. You're talking to one of the master teachers with less degrees from his oppressor. We need more black Karens, and you need to really start casting spells, because once we start removing our black Karens out of our neighborhoods, and I told you it happened during the 80s, it happened during that whole crack epidemic. Yo, trust me, our communities was way different in the 70s and the early 80s, but the crack movement took away all the Karens. A lot of the Karens, they either got a job or they really got killed or they got drug infested. You know what I'm saying? They got rid of the Karens. Once you get rid of the Karens, then there's nobody really to protect the neighborhood. Karens was the protection of the neighborhood. And I'm talking about the black Kadijahs. I ain't talking about the white Karens right now. I'm talking about the black Karens. I'm talking about our neighborhoods right now. Stop playing with me. That's weak slave mentality. If there's anybody who would like to come and tap in, if you would like to pick, if you want to pick brains, you want to pick the mind, we can pick each other mind. We can keep this conversation going, folks. I don't mind. This is a good topic. I have part 2 coming up tomorrow. Let me see what part 2 is going to be about. Let me see part 2. Part 2. Let's see what part 2 is going to be about. I don't know if it's tomorrow. Do black people support white supremacy by not having black Karens? Oh yeah, I briefly mentioned it. I said by us not having black Karens in our neighborhood, we are supporting white supremacy. Because once they took out all the black Karens in the neighborhood, crime rate spiked. So who profits off of crime rate? White supremacy. They come in your neighborhoods, they show their supremacy. Oh yeah, we're going to get into it, folks. We're gonna get into that tomorrow. We're gonna get into that. You really don't know how much you love white supremacy by not having black cameras. That's tomorrow's topic. I think it's tomorrow. What's the 30th? Today is the 29th. Yeah, the 30th. I'm doing it 3 days straight. Today, tomorrow, and Friday. We're gonna touch. Is it Friday or Saturday? I don't know. You'll see when you look at your YouTube guide. But we're gonna touch this topic. Okay, folks, we're gonna touch this topic. Oh, I got somebody. My bad. Is it me or someone else? Oh, what's up, Sean? Let's see what's up with Sean. My bad. Sean,
What's the
you on
deal?
deck?
What's the deal?
Chilling, man. Chilling. I'm all right. What's
So
up with you?
ain't shit going on down, man. I'm trying to see if you jump on here, man. I seen you on here live and popped on to say
Appreciate,
what up.
appreciate that. You got
Man,
me? Yeah,
what you
talk.
say,
You
brother?
talk.
What you
You
say,
you
brother?
talk. Huh?
I said, what you say, brother?
Oh, no, I said you gotta talk. I gotta do something real quick. Whatever you gotta say, talk.
No, man. I was just trying to see if pull up on Edge. Can I ask you a question, man? Trying to fuck up your vibe, and can I ask you a question though?
Yes, sir.
Man, John, what happened to that nigga Wendell, man?
Who's window?
Come on, man. You done dropped the whole YouTube little thing on there talking about I know what happened to Umar Windows and everything like that. What happened to the window, bro?
Oh, I'm gonna do that video when I feel up to it. I'm gonna talk about that when I feel up to it. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah.
um, I have some things that's going on right now, so I had to fall back just for 2 seconds. But in regards
I,
to his window,
I respect that. I respect that.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? In regards to his window, I mean, I know exactly what happened to it. Well, I
You know, I
don't know
respect
exactly,
that.
but I know what happened to his window. And I'm gonna do that live when I get response from the courts. I had to fall back. I had to think about something real quick because he
Shit,
be doing.
smart man.
Yeah,
Sounds spoken like a man. Spoken like a man with some intelligence.
he be using my videos and sending it to the court. So
Yeah.
sometimes I can't talk. So I just want to let them know that I know what's up with your window.
Period. But you ain't working against yourself.
Exactly.
Smart man.
But
But
I
I
tell
ain't
you
want
this.
no man. What you say, bro?
Yeah. What you a Umar supporter?
No, 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 man. I mean, I fuck with you like I fuck with Umar. You know your video online, bro, showing you out there swinging a swing blade, cutting the grass. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely support a black man, but I support you too, black man. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we the same people. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. Oh, so that video was out. Okay. Cool. Oh yeah.
yeah,
See me. I
yeah,
was
we
trying to
all.
help.
I feel like we all the same people. So I'm as much of a supporter of him as I am of you. If that makes
Well,
sense, bro.
I tell you like that. I don't like that shit. You can just support his ass. Then. You gotta support me if
No,
you're because
just tell me. I support him in the sense. I support him in the sense of this. If I seen him, if I didn't know his name, if I never seen his face before, and he was a black man and needed help, I would help him. Just like if I
I,
never seen you before dying. If I never seen you before dying and I seen that you needed help or that you was selling something dying, I would support you strictly off the fact that you another black man. That's
I
how
respect.
you know what I'm saying?
You from Jersey?
Huh?
Are you from Jersey?
I'm Detroit.
Or Detroit? Okay, you from Detroit.
Yep,
Okay,
east side.
copy. All right, no doubt. East side
Yep,
Detroit. No doubt.
east
Appreciate you
side.
checking in. But
Hey,
I respect that. That was really a grown man answer. And so
yeah.
I'm not gonna be a little nigger and little boy and really chop at it.
Yeah, yeah.
But what I would say is that fuck Umar. It's just that simple. It's just that
I,
simple.
all right,
And
damn, man. I'm about to jump off this bitch, man. I was just trying to say what up, though, bro.
appreciate that. But
Okay.
as you go, you can peace out as you are leaving. The reason why I say F Umar at this point, ladies and gentlemen, is because of the fact that so many people don't really know the trueness of his nature. That they, out of the kindness of their hearts, just like him and just like me, we would do, the little things that he need. But all the time that you gotta understand this is real. For all the time that we help him out, it allows him to escape. You know what I'm saying? Let's just say we don't know that, saying let's just say we drove. Me and him was hanging. Me and Sean was in the car together, and we drove by the FDG. You know, me and let's just say I'm not even Don. Let's say I'm Ron. I'm a different person, and we drive by and we see the man outside. And let's just say he's picking up this. He's picking up. We watching him. Let's say me and Sean is sitting across the street. We smoking some weed, and we watching this man pick up the garbage all around his school. And so we roll down window, like, yo, bro, what's this? What's this right here? You about to open up the school? And he be like, yeah, Black Power, but he do all that crazy talk. But we don't know that like 10 minutes ago, the staff that he had there, he was jerking, he wasn't paying, he shitted on. And right before we pulled up, the person that he was supposed to be paying to do the work that he's doing right now chose to just leave because was violated by this dude. And so we don't know nothing. So we just pull up and we just see him out there picking the shit up. And so we go out there and we picking his mind. We talking to him. You know, the next thing you know, we helping him pick up shit. And now we got 2 bags of fucking garbage that the dude who was cleaning, who was supposed to get paid to do, was like, fuck that. And he was completely violated. And he left it there for Umar to do the picking up. And out of nowhere, we come and save Umar from the punishment that Umar was supposed to get. See, Umar keep getting the people to save him from the punishments that he's supposed to get because the people don't know, and we just moving off of black love. So I respect you on that answer, but yet and still, I say that to the folks that sometimes punishment is given to people. It's like when you go to your homeboy's house and you got your football in your hand, and you see him outside in the backyard, he's raking up the leaves. And everybody's mounting up and they be like, yo, come on, you coming? And he's looking and he's out there with his dad, and his dad is cleaning up and he's cleaning up and he don't even say shit. That's because he's got in trouble. We don't know what took place. His grades was horrible. He's talking back in class. And y'all little niggas want to play football and y'all the cause. Y'all better get the fuck up out of here before y'all get this boy in trouble again. And so what we got to understand is that sometimes people got to get their punishment. So by you even saying those beautiful words for Umar, it's giving Umar a little more fuel. So that's why I say, fuck Umar. And it's not being me being malicious. It's just for real, for real. That nigga is a demon. He needs the punishment that he got to get. He needs a punishment. And that's coming from his father. And that's for real. He needs a punishment just for his dad. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to do part 2 tomorrow. Do the black people support white supremacy by not having black Karens? And that's what we're going to talk about. If there's anyone else who would like to voice their opinion on that topic right there, you know, because that's what I thought we was going to have a little conversation about that. You know, he asked that about that Umar situation. Honestly, there's a lot of times I'll be trying to do a video and I forget that I have it set up, and then I just don't go back to it. I will go back to that video. Like I said, I'm waiting for this court to respond. I need the court to respond. I don't want him sending some video to the court, because he done sent a bunch of videos and other shit to the court already. And that's real. I don't even know what the hell he sent to the court. But whatever he sent to the court got the court with my case on pause, because they said, "Oh, you talk about Umar, ooh," and that's what I'm saying. They even protect him. Yo, like I say, folks, this is not no situation I'm going to play with. I'm going to really go a little harder, and if he's going to have to get touched, I'm really going to touch him. But the bottom line is he's playing games, and no one's allowing him to get his punishment. He got to get his punishment. The school's not going to open. I'm going to tell you again, the school will not open until he get his punishment. I told y'all that strongly in 2020. December of 2020, I said the school will not open until he deal with me. It's 2023. Did I lie to you? Did I lie to the people? Did I lie to the people? 2023 came in, and what did he say? The school will not open until 2024. Why? Because he still did not deal with me. I don't care what anybody say. I know what's really in control of this shit. But nobody wanted. It's 2023. The last time I was on a panel about my topic, about this issue, about this scammer, was in 2021. And everybody's trying to dismiss this case. No one's trying to talk about this shit. And this is real news. This nigga got a real case number. A real case number. And is really scamming and scheming and running from a real court case and situation. And it's happening right in front of your eyes. It's happening right in front of everyone's eyes. And people acting like they don't see it, acting like they don't hear it, and not speaking on it. And I'm sitting here like, yo, damn, I'm really gonna have to cut this nigga. I'm really going to have to hit this dude with this hammer. And that's because we need more black Karens on this situation. We honestly, not one time did a female outside E and J, well, that J's the dude, but outside E from E and J, not one time did a black female come and actually want to be the black Karen with the situation. It was maybe one time that female came on the panel and she would try to, talk to money, but she ain't come back. There's never been a person with a panel who have a large group of people, because there's no way in life that I was getting. I don't know how I had 170, 180 subscribers, and then back in the day I would do a video and get like 1,000 views, 2,000 views. I don't know how I was getting 1,000 views with 180 some subscribers. So that means that there had to been some people that wasn't subscribed to my channel that was seeing these topics. And it's not just my channel, but they do something with me on, and then it would be views. Everybody's getting views. So you guys not saying that you can't say to me that you didn't know about Don M being scammed or being jerked or going to court with this dude. So in 2023, no one's saying, you know what? Let me talk about this topic real quick. But y'all want to give Susie Q a green light? Y'all want to give Susie Q super chat money, and y'all can't help out me and bring this to the light so I don't go to jail? Wouldn't it be much better I win in court as opposed to going to court for assault? But this is the black community. We need black Karens. We need black Karens. Like I said, it's not one black female. Let me see your transcripts. Try to do something, but I didn't like the way she was doing something. She was talking to me a little bit reckless, and so homegirl, she spoke a little reckless. And then the pastor was speaking reckless, and I had to check them. They were speaking a little bit downward, not to me because I ain't accepted. They were speaking downward to somebody, and I didn't like that, so I had to let them breeze off. But yet and still, it's 2022, 2023, and no one's saying, "Oh, let's see what's up with that Umar Johnson court case. Who he's going to court with? Don M. All right, who can get Don M, and let's bring him on and we find out what's going on with that court case, because there gotta be some things going on. He still talk about them. But no, y'all want to talk about Billy Carson. You want to talk about Susie Q. You want to talk about this person, that person. And then you got a person over here saying, I'm going to kill this nigga, and I'm serious if I don't get my money. Open day of school. I'm serious. Open day of school. I'm there. I'm there. And if I'm there, and court will be held right there, whether it's civil court or it's criminal court. But court is going to be held the first day of school at the FDMG if I don't get my money. And y'all don't think that's content? And I'm dead ass serious? How many times did I pull up on it? Y'all really think I'm playing? Come on now. Me not playing? Me not playing? You think I'm gonna leave out my crib and be walking in the streets 5 in the morning? Do you know? Yo, I got to church. I got to church at 11 o'clock in Jersey from Philly by train. You think I did that for content? And I swear I really I shouldn't even put it out there. I want you guys to see the level that he's at. I want, like I said, he's gonna have the police out there. Once I got there, the police was there. I wanted you guys to see what he do to avoid the situation. And after speaking to 3 cops, and this is because we don't have no black Kadijahs in our community. This is why I went to that church, because I wanted that. Woo! I loved it. See how look how I can make a Umar Johnson and bring it to the black Kadijah. Cynthia Jackson, whoever don't know who Cynthia Jackson is, that's the reverend that be preaching in New Jersey at the Allen AME church, and she had Umar Muslim Johnson up in her Christian church preaching down to her people. I was listening to him talking down to her people and selling books in the church, collecting donations, and she could have been the black Karen to mediate and moderate the situation. She has authority and deal with the situation, but she didn't choose to do that. She says, "Hey, you gotta go through the legal system, bitch. You were the court, and you were the fucking judge, and you hanging with God. You hanging with God, and you fucking in the courts. What better person to do it? You were the black Karen." So when I'm talking to all 3 different cops at the very end, the cops are like, you know what? Dude got proof. I'm gonna go ask him, I said, yo, go inside there and ask him, do he owe me money? Cop went in there and he said he went inside, asked Umar, did he owe me money? And Umar said, what? No. That nigga Bilal was security. Bilal was security. Muslim dude from Jersey, Patterson, New Jersey. Start giving out this nigga information. He's supposedly, it's been over like 3 weeks. It's been since that time that he hit me up on the phone, and he's supposed to be reaching out to Umar relentlessly. And the last time I heard from him in regards to this, like I said, we need black Karens in our neighborhood to help prevent the violence. And the only reason why I fell back a little bit is because of Bilal, and I think they'd be doing shit like that purposely. And Bilal was supposed to be reaching out to Umar, and he sends me a message. So about, matter of fact, I'll show you a message. He sent me a message to about Umar didn't get back to him. Why Umar didn't get back to you? Oh, so now Umar gonna ignore you? He gonna play you like you're a little sucker? He not gonna respond to you? He do an event he pulls up at your event, take over your event, then calls you up and have you come down, all the way from Patterson, New Jersey, come all the way to the next church. You be security for him. Okay, he sends you a text message and a picture of me, because Cynthia Jackson don't have no pictures of me. Cynthia Jackson don't know nothing about me. Umar Johnson do. So for you to have a picture in your phone of me, that means that Umar Johnson sent it to you. Like I say, this story is way deep, and nobody's even taking the time out. I'm telling the story. I'm doing my part. That's why Sean came on and he said, yo, I want to know what's up the window. I tell her when the right time comes. Ain't nobody hitting my cash up. I told you it's pay-per-view. My story is real story. I was over there in Brother Sanchez's channel, and he was talking about Billy Carson. He was talking about Billy Carson being a scammer. And so I'm like, I don't know who Billy Carson is. I ain't gonna lie. Okay, you guys are YouTubers. Okay, you guys are on this shit. I don't have a TV in my crib. I don't have a TV in my room. One, and two, I don't be on YouTube channels, people's channels like that. I don't watch. I don't watch Senetta. I don't watch Pharaoh. None of these cats. I don't watch them. Only reason why I don't, because it's not bringing no entertainment to me, nor is it bringing it to no economic wealth to me. It's certain things I like to watch for entertainment. And these brothers, they don't, I mean, I'm only here because I'm really talking about my situation, or I might be talking about a situation that's going on in the world. But I don't really be on the streets to just be a major content creator and entertainer and shit like that. But you guys make these people be who they are, and you guys blow these people up to be who they are. And so, to me, they just, like if I was hanging out with them, that's my nigga. They not bigger than that to me. They just my niggas. Even if I don't know them, oh, that's my nigga. Like Umar, oh, that's my nigga. Like y'all be talking about, I'm like, oh, that's my nigga. I know him. I'm at the school. But y'all, oh, Umar, doctor. I'm like, I'm at the school. That's my nigga. See, I'm a different type of breed. I'm serious. I just missed my wave a few times. I'm supposed to be millions in. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm a different breed mentally. These are my niggas. So I mean, they ain't reach out to me and holler at me anyway. So I mean, they good without me. So they don't need my view. Me not watching their channels not hurting. Them not picking up on my story hurts though. Especially if they took a look and be like, oh, I've seen this dude before. I've seen him before. Oh, word, that's something. Oh, yeah. And I know they all have. Because in the last 3 years with Umar Johnson, the only topic that's really been is Umar Johnson in regards to him scamming or scheming or going through some shit was me. It's no more feminists. When the last time you see Umar Johnson getting a heated conversation with a feminist? For some reasons, like everybody chose to just stop talking about it for no reason, but yet and still, this is something that y'all need to pick back up, because this is the reason why his school is not open. It has to become real big. This is a bigger scam than anything. This is the biggest situation than anything. But like I said, we need black Karens. And we, with the black Karen on this situation, if I had a black Karen on this situation right now, I was really looking forward to finding one black Karen that was going to help me maneuver through these YouTube streets, who was part of the MySpace page era, who was part of the Facebook era, who was part of the Twitter and the whole social media era when I was a part of it, all early 2000s. She's just in the mix. She just know how to really maneuver through this shit and make it happen. I was hoping I could have found that black Karen to help me get justice and victory with this scammer Umar Johnson. But it seems as if our people like to follow the evil and support the evil, because they can fake in front and act as if everything's good. I'm in your neighborhood and yo, I'm gonna wear this suit today. I'm gonna wear this dashiki. I'm gonna talk this intellectual talk. I'm gonna talk this education, and I'm gonna talk this talk where you don't really see the walk that I'm walking. And because my talk is so strong that you don't even see that I just took and scammed you out of your money and your drawers. And the person that you actually was listening to and was like, yo, I think he makes sense, but he don't have the degrees. So I'm not going to rock with him. Nah, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to talk about the black Karens. We're going to talk about that ASAP. Like I said, if I don't go to New York next week, I will be in Delaware next week. Next week, if I don't go to New York, I will be in Delaware. If I pull up in Delaware, I will do a live out there. and I would let you know about the windows. Umar. Thank y'all for your listening ear and support. Peace.